What's going on, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars competitor Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Ooh, a lot of Ric Flair.
Ooh.
Styling.
Profiling.
Limousine riding.
No. Profiling.
I keep doing that. You put it that last episode. I keep doing these obscure references that nobody's gonna get. Well, that I was about to do that. Over the top.
Over the top. Yeah, he's referencing a stand-up comedy act that we love to watch, and we'll watch it over and over again.
But I don't think everybody's
No one's
seen
gonna get it. See, Andrew has a thing where he will do like obscure. Whenever you have a significant other or a buddy or whatever, you have stupid little inside jokes that you do that only really you probably get or appreciate. But Andrew does those things for other people that only about this many people may get. Probably not.
Hey, somebody commented in the last episode said they got the Scrubs reference. So,
hats off to that person because they must be a Scrubs fan because I think that's a pretty in the weeds reference. Anyways, styling, profiling, limousine riding.
All right, so we have
three matches.
Three matches. I was like, wow, we have a lot of matches. It's only three.
Yeah.
And again, if you have not seen the throwdown from 2 weeks ago at this point, or whatever, however time works, spoiler warning. But at this point, it's not really spoilers because everybody is available to everybody, so everybody would have seen it by now.
The throwdown with Gray Drake, Stacey Howard, and the team's title match. Haven't seen it? Click off, come back.
And we'll also be going over the
the singles final.
Ultimate Schmoedown singles tournament final. That is a mouthful.
So if you haven't seen that, also click off, come back.
But again, it's been
enough time.
It's been enough time. Everybody's probably seen it by now. But so we're gonna ping pong back and forth. We're gonna go to the undercard.
Gonna keep it spicy.
Keeping you on your toes. So we're gonna go back and forth. So we're gonna start with the undercard of the throwdown with Stacey Howard and Gray Drake.
Yes.
Before we get into that, do we have anything that we have to talk about besides the other thing that we wanted to close the show out with? I don't think we did. I mean, well, Josh McCouga accepted the challenge.
What?
Surprise there.
No way. I thought he would turn it down.
Yeah.
Shockingly, I don't think it's going to be at the Spectacular, even though I
that's
kind of figured it might be.
My opinion was, again, I get why Kevin Smith is in Spectacular. Huge name. Why wouldn't you have somebody like that at Spectacular?
Josh McCouga?
But
potentially retiring?
But it's like...
I mean, I know we haven't seen him in forever.
We haven't seen him forever, but he's been a part of the Schmoedown for the longest. He was there since its inception. Yeah. And if we're not going to see Josh McCouga in the Schmoedown ever again, make his last match at Spectacular.
Yeah, let him go out with a... Well, I don't know if Spectacular... Was it announced that Spectacular is going to be totally virtual?
Yes.
Oh, man. I was going to say...
There's no chance
Josh McCouga on a stage?
There's absolutely no chance it's going to be live. But,
Josh McCouga on a stage.
Well,
yes.
Even in digital.
Inject that straight into my veins.
Even in digital, like, whatever. Like, the last time... Let's see him at Spectacular. Because he's never made it to us. I don't believe he's made it. He's competed in Spectacular before.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think... Oh, my God. I'm feel real bad if he has. Because...
I mean, I assume not, but who knows? But yeah.
I should have looked it up.
So, shockingly, in a shocking turn of events, he accepted. And so, yeah, we're going to see that
November 13th. Friday the 13th.
Spooky.
Well,
that'll be after spooky season.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's safe.
So, yeah. But let's go ahead and get into this match with Gray Drake and Stacey Howard.
So, the throwdown. We've got Gray, the Great Drake, versus sassy Stacey Howard. Gray is, of course, representing the Finstock Exchange, while Stacey is, of course, representing the Rockstars. It's been a couple years since we've seen Miss Drake.
Her in singles competition, her last singles match was in 2016. So,
jeez.
And I was looking forward to this match because one, faction standings, we need points. Two, again, we haven't seen Gray compete in a while, and it's like, powerhouse competitor. But like, I looked it up, and it's like, she's a competitor that when I think of her, immediately that team's run.
Yeah.
She's only competed before this. She's only competed in 3 other singles matches. It's like,
I
really?
know. When I heard her singles record, I was like, what?
I was like, really?
Certainly she's played more than that, but
And it's
she was mostly teams.
Yeah, and it's another competitor where singles play not as good as her teams play. She won 1 match in her singles.
Yeah, she was 1 and 2.
Yeah, she's 1 and 2. So it's like, is she one of those competitors where it's like like Jeff Snyder's another example of that. When I think of Jeff Snyder, I immediately go, oh, one of the best teams players.
I feel like some people, they're more known for their team's presence than their singles presence.
And so I was really curious to see how will Drake perform in this, because 1, ring rust is so a thing.
Oh yeah.
If we know one thing about ring rust, it's totally a thing. And 2, arguably her better play is in the teams division.
Yeah.
So really, really excited to see this one, just to see how that. And Stacey Howard, I've said it before, my biggest issue with her is consistency. It just it really never seemed like she had this amazing win and never really carry that momentum into her next match, and she just get really annihilated in the next match. So I was wondering, can she take this momentum from her last win? Granted, it was a while ago. Can she take that into the next match with Gray? And it's like, it's weird. So those are my mindset going into this match. And obviously we're cheering for Gray.
Yeah.
Because of factions.
Yeah.
So.
And Grace, I forgot what a fun personality she is.
Oh,
when she came out, she was dressed like Stacey Howard, and it was funny.
It was fun.
It was at one point. Oh my god! At one point, they said something during the match that was so meta that Stacey wrote something. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but at one point, Stacey wrote an answer on her board, crossed it out, and then wrote another answer, and then Gray wrote the same answer, the one that she did not cross out or did cross out or whatever.
The one that Stacey crossed out.
Yeah, and she's like, but she only had one. Gray only had one answer on her board,
yeah.
and she looked over at Stacey's screen and was like, "Oh well, even though I crossed it out over here, I have it over here." I'm like, "What?" Schmoedown Inception over here. Anyways, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun.
Yeah, I always do forget how oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? How fun, that's the word. Sorry.
She's a fun presence.
She's a fun presence, and if you follow her during her Rotten Tomato days, and
that's something else that you know her for. If you don't know her for anything, you know her for getting into character.
Yeah.
And being in costume. So she definitely didn't disappoint in that respect.
Fun.
So, round 1. Stacey missed a question about Scarface, a question about head of state.
Yeah, and the Scarface one, she even admitted oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
boo me all you want. I am ashamed of myself. And it's like, oh my god, come on.
Well,
really?
Did it actually say Tony Montana?
Yeah. And it's
oh. What'd she say, Goodfellas or something?
I think she said Godfather or Goodfellas. I think it was Godfather she said.
Something
like that. And I was like, ooh.
And they both missed the question about Prometheus. So by the end of round 1, 5-7 in favor of Gray. Round 2, Gray spins away from period and costume dramas and gets 90s. Goes to multiple choice 1 time, gets it right. Stacey gets spinner's choice. Not very characteristic of the rock stars, but she pulled it out.
Karma's on their side this time, or not karma, luck.
Does decide to take period and costume dramas. And she did really well. She did go to multiple choice 1 time. She did miss it. It was not stolen. But overall, very good.
Yeah.
11-14 in favor of Gray. And then round 3 happened.
Oh, God. Geez.
Round 3. Stacey's 2-pointer, Steven Spielberg. What Steven Spielberg film had supporting performances by Tom Sizemore, Ed Burns, Giovanni Ribisi, Vin Diesel? She got it. That was Saving Private Ryan?
Yes.
I had 0 idea that Vin Diesel was in Saving Private Ryan.
How many times have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Once.
Really? And I always blank on what role he played.
Probably a soldier.
I think.
Thank you.
No.
Call me Christian.
No, because usually in these army war films, there's the sniper, then the communications guy. I always forget is he the sniper? I can't remember. I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan in forever, but I've seen it quite a few times.
No, not quite a few times.
But for I always oh yeah, that's right. Vin Diesel was in that movie. I just always forget is he the sniper?
I still don't know if
Put in the comments. Tell me who Vin Diesel was.
I'm still not on board that he was actually in that movie.
No, he was.
But whatever. 3-pointer for Stacey. Directors. Who directed Twilight and Miss Bala?
Now this is one of those Stacey Howard pulls.
Oh yeah.
She had another one in round 2 or round 1. I think
it was round 2.
Yeah.
Where it was, and sometimes I wonder at this point, is it an act? Because how?
I don't think it is with her. I don't think she
Maybe not.
plays those type of games.
Yeah, it's just kind of a trademark.
There
But yeah.
was a couple of times in Gray's second round where I think she was playing, and she was playing her character. And it's like, this? Oh, look at that. I knew I pulled it out of nowhere.
How crazy.
So, like, that's my little suspicion that she was playing a character and that her little Stacey Howard character. And like,
this one seemed genuine.
But I don't think Stacey plays it up. I think she genuinely just, like, pulls things out of thin air and is like, is it this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2-pointer for Gray. Scores and soundtracks. Which Oscar-winning composer did the music for 78 Superman, the movie?
God, like, and it, I don't know why she didn't know this, but like, John Williams is always a safe guess with
Always a
scores
safe
and
bet.
scores and soundtrack, especially in movies where iconic themes. Like, anytime I have this, like, I say this to anybody, like, when you think iconic theme for a movie,
Probably
John Williams. Just look at the laundry list of things: Superman, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter,
Home Alone,
Home Alone, Star Wars, obviously. Like, just keep running down the list. It's like, yeah, iconic film. Yep, John Williams.
Jaws.
Yes, Jaws. Close Encounters, E.T. Like, just keep running down like famous films, and that's connected. Like, the second you hear that score, it's like, yep, it's from that film. Guess who composed it?
Yeah.
John Williams.
Probably
John Williams.
And also, the 1978 Superman, I feel like, I mean, all the other guesses that I joke, like James Horner and, Alexander Desplat. 78? Let's go with John Williams.
Yeah. The old,
Dun, dun, dun,
the old...
dun, dun, dun.
No! That's Indiana Jones.
Superman.
Dun,
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 dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you.
I don't know why I always
love
go
that
to that.
piece of score. What are you trying to do now?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know why I always go to Indiana Jones. Now I can't think of the Indiana Jones.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
How do you
dun.
forget? It used to be our dog's theme song.
Dun, dun, dun. There he goes with the references again that
Sorry,
nobody's
sorry.
gonna get.
I'm sorry.
Our dog's theme song.
We used to sing it to her all the time when she was going on her
Guy
adventures.
over here. This is my
She
life.
would conquer like tree stumps, and we'd sing it to her in a little voice. It was so cute when she was a little baby puppy, and then she grew up into this
This
gigantic
big old dog.
doof of a dog.
She's just a big dog now. She's not a puppy.
She's a
She
doof-
is my puppy, but she's a dog.
She's a little doofus.
She's a big old dog.
She's a big old doofus. Sorry, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyways, moving on.
3-pointer for Gray. Comedies in Shaun of the Dead. What is the name of the pub where the characters spend most of their time?
This is another. I didn't know the answer, but
Central
this is,
Perk.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't remember what the actual answer was, but she.
Outlanders Club.
No.
I don't remember what it was. She said like the end of the world or the edge of the
at
world.
World's, like,
at World's End.
World's End, but it's like that's the title of like another movie that the movie's like. It's like she's confusing her.
Come on, Dre.
Come on, Dre.
Wait, Gray.
Drake.
Drake. Dre.
Gray. Whoops. But come on.
Come on, Gray.
Come on, Gray.
5-pointer for Gray. Dramas. In the 2011 film 50-50, JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is diagnosed with cancer. Who plays his girlfriend, Rachel? Rachel.
I believe that's because I've only seen 50-50 once, and I believe that's the one that leaves him after she finds out that he has cancer.
Never even heard of 50-50.
Really?
So.
Oh, good movie. Really good movie. Seen it once, but I remember really, really liking it.
No.
It's a good movie. Very good movie. But yeah.
Yeah, and Stacy knew it. One of the things that is one of my Schmoedown pet peeves is when people are like, I know this, I know it, I know. I hate when people do that. It's like, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just hate it.
I get why they do it because because
you want to prove that, I know something they didn't know.
And especially in like specialty divisions, especially in the Star Wars division, like we do all this research and studying, and like half of the answers we
you wanna
study,
show it off.
more than half, you want to show it off. And when somebody else gets it and they miss it, it's like,
I want to show that I
want to
knew
show that I knew, because people all the time ask like, did you know that question? And if you say like, oh yeah, I totally knew it, people are like, well,
yeah,
did
sure,
you?
buddy.
So like, I've always been one to like don't do that. Like it's kind of.
I feel like and it's different in virtual because
Yeah.
they're probably not looking at the screen and seeing you do it, but they could be.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's distracting. It's fair play, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just something that kind of
It's
irks me.
It's like not very classy to do it, and you know what I mean. But like I've always thought I was like toying around doing this while I was competing. Like when somebody would have a question that they didn't know, I would be tempted to write it down on the board.
That way you can just hold it up when
And
they
you just
say
hold
it's
it up,
wrong.
and it's like, oh, the answer, and then just turn it around like that. And it's like, oh, see, I knew the answer.
I feel like that would look kind of full of yourself.
Yeah,
But I get it.
but yeah,
I get it. You
I
spend
totally
so much
get why.
time.
Yeah, but yeah, so like I get why she does it, but I totally agree with you.
And it's not
kind
just
of-
her. I've seen other people do
Yeah,
it too.
yeah,
But I'm just like, stop.
Yeah. yeah.
Anyways.
But she misses.
She missed it. So 14-16 in favor of Stacy. She takes it home for the Rack Stars.
This was, oh my god, this was such a frustrating match to watch, especially like because it hurts. One, because fashion.
Yeah.
Two, Gray was doing really well.
Yeah.
She was doing very well.
She was.
And then she just, for whatever reason, she got 3 questions, just flat out didn't know the answers to. And
Yeah.
that happens.
And what are the chances? How many
Yeah.
times do you see somebody miss all 3 of their round 3
Round three
questions?
Yeah. Like, and I've said it before, first round, whatever, second round, you get multiple choice, so you can most of the time navigate the second round. Third round is the true test of a Schmoedown competitor.
Yeah.
Because no chance of multiple choice. The questions get more and more difficult the further you go into the round. So it's like, that's the true test, and it sucks when you miss every single one. It's,
Yeah.
it was just frustrating because it's like, she only needed what, like her 3 or something like that.
Well, yeah, it was 14-16 at the end, but we didn't see Stacy
Oh
answer
yeah,
her
that's
5
true.
either.
So yeah, ignore me. But like it was just, again, it was just frustrating to watch that somebody performed so well throughout the
Yeah.
entire match and just crash and burn at the end. It's like,
Yeah, she only missed 1 question between rounds 1 and 2.
that's true. So it's like, at this point, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, we got this. We got this. Gray's doing so well.
Yeah.
She has a couple flubs here and there, but like percentage wise, she's hit a lot of questions. And it's like, all right, she's got this. We got this. I don't know why we're worried. And it's like, all right,
Round 3 happened.
she missed her 2. Okay, we're fine.
Misses a 3.
It's like, okay, now I'm really worried. And then it's like, oh no. And then,
Yeah.
it's just terrible. And
It's mostly because faction.
yeah, mostly
But-
because fact. But I also do feel for a competitor in that situation, just like, oh man, I'm doing so good, and then
Yeah.
oh no, I don't know any of these questions.
Yeah.
It's just
Sucks.
It sucks. But like, as far as Stacy goes, like again, I said my biggest gripe with Stacy is the consistency, and this is only the second time she's gone back-to-back wins. The last time she did it was in, where is that? If I can look. Last time she did it was in 2017, I believe.
Okay.
Her against she beat where is it? It was the match before going into the singles tournament with that huge Ellis win. So she had to win. I think it was in the tournament. Was it in the tournament? No, it wasn't. So it was a win before the tournament, then a win in the tournament, and then the very next round she loses to Rachel Cushing. So this is only the second time she's gone back-to-back wins. So it's like, and arguably, do we see her again in this season?
Probably not.
Probably not.
If I had to guess, because the singles tournament's over and she wasn't in it to begin with. She's not in the team's tournament.
I mean,
She's not in Spectacular.
we
so
still have that match with Josh McCouga and Elliot Dewberry. Maybe you slide her into an undercard there if the Dewberry McCouga match is the main event. So because I would argue we're not done seeing singles matches because
No?
there'll be a couple pickup matches here and there before for the singles.
a couple
or
what matches?
pickup matches. Would you
It sounded like you said pickled matches.
yeah, my mouth is like just drying up or something. Sorry, but I can't talk anymore. But like, maybe she gets another match before Spectacular because do they start sliding in matches in between the teams tournament? We still have the horror free for all because for the rock stars, almost guaranteed Andreka goes into that free for all.
I would think so.
And out of the rock stars, maybe Stacey Howard. I don't
Maybe
know.
Stacey Howard. Maybe you put in both the Odd Couple. Stacey. I
That
mean,
would-
honestly, I can't really think of how many other people are on the Rock Stars besides the Odd Couple, Stacey and Alex.
Yeah.
Off the top of my brain.
Yeah, because well, because then Vejvoda is there. I think not.
Oh, yeah.
Vejvoda.
I mean, you're not gonna put Josh Covedo in the horror match
Covedo,
unless he really also likes horror.
I don't know, but maybe with Stacy's luck, because it serves her really well. It served her really well in this match because there's a couple pulls that she pulled out.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the frustrating thing about Stacey Howard. It's are you going to be able to be on fire like that and pull out a lot? Because there's one match, I think it was a zipper match, where she had 5 of those. It's are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What?
It is something else.
Yeah.
It really is.
But yeah, so I don't know. And for Drake, well, see, I just did it.
Dre.
for Gray, it's do we even see her again this season?
Probably not.
Probably not.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. So, and I know people were sort of they had comments about us saying oh, it doesn't make sense to have certain the Wild Bear match. It really doesn't make sense for them to have a match and have Swag and Corruption have opportunities for points outside of tournaments at this point. But it's well, we got ours with the Gray Drake match and the Stacey Howard match. Yeah. So, and you made the point to say that on the last episode too.
I did.
Yeah.
We're just saying the same thing that we said last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm babbling it on at this point. Do you have anything else you want to talk about in this match?
No, I don't think so. Pretty cut and dry.
It just sucks that we just couldn't get these 2 points.
Yeah.
Very frustrating.
Anyways,
let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which is we're gonna bounce back to the throwdown. We're gonna go over to the finals match of the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament.
We've got Adam the Coyote Collins versus Jeff the Snyder. Adam, of course, Corruption. Jeff, of course, Rockstars again. Oh boy. Round 1. Jeff missed a question about the Prince of Darkness. Adam got a perfect round. He did not get the bonus, though. So by the end of round 1, it was 7-8 in favor of Adam. Round 2 goes. Adam decides to go first. Keep the momentum going. He spins Stanley Kubrick, decides to stay with it. Perfect round 2. Knocks it out of the park.
Oof. And it's a 5-rounder.
Yes.
If you weren't aware, it was a 5-rounder,
yes.
like all tournament finals are.
And if you haven't seen it, please come back later. Jeff goes. He gets Spy Movie, spins away, and gets Tyler Perry.
Does surprisingly well.
Knocks it out of the park. Also gets a perfect round. So we're still at a 1-point deficit, 15-16 in favor of Adam.
Did he have to go double choice at all, or did he go
I don't
all?
think he did.
I
think he got a perfect round.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was wow. Because he had some kind of Stacey Howard-esque pulls.
Well, yeah, there was one time that he was the Medea Christmas.
Yeah.
That he was and he kind of did it at the last minute.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another question that he kind of answered at the last minute or kind of unsure. So, I mean, if you get it right, you get it right.
Amen.
So, perfect round 2. It's not that he did kind of well. He knocked it out of the park. So, 15-16 in favor of Adam. Round 3. And because it's a 5-rounder, betting round. Adam spins. He gets young adult adaptations. Ugh. Adam bets only 1.
Only 1 point, yeah.
Jeff bets 2. Adam got it right. Jeff missed it.
Yeah, he was off by 1 number.
It was something about Twilight.
It was how many movies are in the Twilight franchise?
Oh, that's right.
And it was 5.
So 13-17 in favor of Adam.
And I would argue this is that's the gamble of the betting round. It's I bet if Adam was he was probably should I bet more, because that's the weird thing about 3 rounders. Do you get how many arguably an easier question like this, or you get a deep cut a 5-pointer question? You never know. So I'm betting that Collins was should have bet 3.
Probably.
But because that would have been it was very fortunate that he only bet 1.
Yeah.
Because if he would have bet 3, oof.
It would have been a 6-point game going in around 4.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are, 4-point game, round 4, the lightning round.
Collins goes first, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yes, he did. I don't know if this was a new thing for this match or if it done some matches previously, but they did a thing where they were oh, we're going to tell you when you have 10 seconds left.
I think it's a new thing.
So yeah, I didn't know if this was the first match or what, but
yeah, and a little bit of note, I was because I was surprised, why is Ellis telling him that they have, because he told Collins he had 10 seconds left, and he wasted 3 seconds of that time telling him he had 10 seconds left. It's have Harloff do it.
Just say 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10
and
seconds.
Let Mark keep on reading.
Yeah, it was just funny that it's like, oh, you have 10 seconds left, and then there's your next question. It's like, you're wasting time.
Yeah.
It's giving me my next question.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
We'll see.
How it turns out for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
If shockingly the other announcer does it, then winky we'll know what happened.
Yeah.
So Adam goes first. He passed one question.
Mm.
Jeff goes second. He missed one question. However, also,
Oh yeah, these shenanigans.
there was one question where he said the question, and Jeff was kind of like, "Wait, what? Pass."
Mm-hmm.
And after the fact, before they like tallied up the whatever points and stuff, Mark said that he came to a consensus. He and I almost said Jeff, Mark and Christian came to a consensus. The two of them, no managers, no players, just the two of them, saying that Mark had internet problems. He had some sort of construction going on above him or something.
Yeah.
And so they said that due to that, and Jeff not being able to hear the question at all, or only hearing part of it, whatever, they decided to give him an extra question with comparable difficulty. And then on average with, 10 questions in 60 seconds, you should get 6 seconds per question. So they were going to give him an extra question, comparable difficulty, 6 seconds to answer that one question. And I know Jeff was kind of like, why don't I just get the same question?
Yeah, this is a fantastic point that they made too.
I think that it was the perfect choice to say, no, you're getting a brand new question, because then say they did give him the same question, then anybody out there who, was rooting against Jeff would be like, oh, he probably heard of, and Mark, explained as much, but maybe he heard, one word here, maybe he heard one word there. You're telling me he didn't hear any of those words?
Yeah.
So I think it was the absolutely right call to just give him a brand new clean question.
This was the fairest way to handle that, and this is the nature of playing digital matches. Sometimes internet cuts out, and it's like, well, thank God it wasn't Jeff's internet that cut out. It's like, what do we do in that situation?
Yeah.
Because I was always curious about what would happen if something like that happened in the middle of the speed round, or the lightning round, as I call it. And they actually had a fix for it. So I was like, okay, cool. So they handled it, I think, the fairest way possible.
Absolutely.
And it's like, and Jeff's like, oh, give me that same question. It's like, well, no, you probably heard part of it. So
just for transparency, new question.
Yeah. And
that way.
And somebody will find some way to argue this and to complain about it. It's like, that question wasn't as difficult as the other one or something, because he answered the extra question really quick. Yeah.
It's also a speed round. They're not meant to be the deepest of cuts.
Yeah.
It's meant to be, hey, think on your toes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adam passes once. Jeff misses once. He did get that one, extra but not extra question. So by the end of the speed round, 21-25 Adam. Round 5.
4-point lead going into the final round.
Second point to 2 points for Jeff. Action adventure. What is the title of the third film in the Jason Bourne franchise? He took a lot of time on this and didn't seem very certain. He, pulled out the Bourne ultimatum. Got it.
Yeah, and to his defense, like the Bourne franchise is like it's not like Bourne Identity 2, the Supremacy or whatever the second movie is, or Bourne Supremacy, Ultimatum.
How many Bourne movies?
Okay, so I think there's 4, because Jeremy Renner's in the 4th.
Bourne Supremacy.
Bourne Identity.
Let me do this.
Okay.
The Bourne Identity.
Yes.
The Bourne Identity. You just said it too.
So
Supremacy.
Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy.
Oh, Bourne Supremacy is the second. The Bourne Ultimatum. Ghost Protocol. The Bourne.
I'm pretty sure it's. I haven't seen the 4th one, so I'm pretty sure it's Legacy.
Oh.
Bourne Legacy. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because of Jeremy Renner, and I remember it took like this grounded spy thriller to super serum type levels. Like,
nice.
It's I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge it. But I've heard what do they do to the
jump
franchise?
the shark a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They jump the shark. It's like, they have this super serum thing that makes him heal real fast now. Oh. It's like,
he's like Wolverine and Steve Rogers together.
Yeah. But yeah, it's easy to mix up. It's like, because I've done that too before. It's like, the Bourne Ultimatum's the second one. Like, no, it's Supremacy, the second one. So to his defense, it is easy to mix those names up sometimes.
Yeah.
So especially if it's not like, oh, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So 3-pointer for Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Musicals. He got musicals last time too.
Did he? First
Little Shop
3-pointer?
of Horrors.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I think that might have been his 3-pointer too.
Wow, change your numbers, Jeff.
They're sexy though.
I've been holding myself back on that. It's like, Rox, get a new thing. Come on.
That's why she's doing it.
I know, but it's like at this point, it's kind of like you expect it, and you expect to roll your eyes every time she does it now.
And I think that's exactly why she does it.
And it's like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to go back to live matches and studio matches. But she's gonna yell it at the microphones
hell yeah.
now. It's like,
Oh hell yeah. That's why.
I don't know. I roll my eyes every time it happens now because it's like it's so overplayed now. It's one of those things where it's gotten beaten to the ground. It's like, oh, we fully expect it now. It's no longer.
It's not even. Oh, are we expecting it? No, it's a given.
Yeah, it's a given. She's gonna. It's like.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
So everybody's got to have something.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know. So he got musicals. Who directed the 1980 adventure musical Popeye?
Was it?
And I'm pretty sure, again, he was kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was like super confident in it, but he got it.
You got it, yeah.
So it goes
Getting
over to
some of that
Adam.
Howard magic in this match.
Yeah, a little bit. So 2-pointer for Adam. Tom Hanks, America's sweetheart, I think, as Mark called him.
Oh, come on. That man is a national treasure.
Yes, he is. Who directed Tom Hanks in 1988's Big? Got it right.
Nope, sorry.
Andrew's popular,
I
getting
know.
texts over here.
Alex Damon is going live on Twitch.
Yeah, that's... Oh.
Sorry.
I got that notification, too. Alex Damon Live is streaming Resident Evil 2, the residential debate.
I can't
That's a
wait
good one.
for Alex and Molly to have a kid because I can't wait for Alex's dad jokes.
Ooh, yeah.
He seems like he would have some good dad jokes.
No, I need him to do dad jokes, but with his Biggs mustache.
Yes.
Wearing his Lando shirt.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You heard it here first.
Somebody clip this out and tweet it at Alex if Andrew doesn't. 5-pointer for Jeff. Comedies. Jennifer Aniston plays the CEO of Xenotech's Chicago branch, opposite Jason Bateman in what 2016 comedy?
Oof. You're speaking gibberish to me because I was like, what?
I mean, it wasn't a bad guess. He said Horrible Bosses, and
Mm-hmm.
she does play a CEO, so it's not a horrible guess.
Yeah. And it was
But it was something about a Christmas party.
yeah, bad boss. It's like I can't
It was
remember.
something about a Christmas party.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this comedy. I never saw the movie.
Yeah, I never
So-
saw it. But he said Horrible Bosses, which was incorrect. So
Oof.
26-27, Adam Collins just continuing this.
This unbelievable
Unprecedented run.
rookie run.
Yes.
Because like, oh God, Christian said something about like Ethan Irwin won did he win in his singles?
You asked that like I'm going to know.
Sorry. Like he said something about like he compared to Ethan Irwin. Ethan Irwin won this amazing run and won the singles tournament, I believe in his rookie season, but he only had to win 3 times to win it, I believe. And Collins had to play in from the play-in and
what is
win
he, like 6-0?
6-0.
That's
6
insane.
straight in the tournament.
In one tournament, he's already like, I mean, I remember they said that Jeff's record was like 14 or whatever.
14.
And in one tournament, he's already halfway there.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is. It's there's I always forget like when I hear Jeff Snyder, it's like, oh, great teams players. Like he's a double-digit winning singles player. I'm like, I continually forget about that.
You can't discount his record.
You can't.
It's
And-
there.
And I said before that, like, you know, in past episodes, like Jeff is kind of one of those players, but like, which one are you getting? He played very well in this match.
He played
There's
very
a
well.
couple of stumbles here and there.
Yeah.
The betting round didn't go his way. He had a fantastic second round. Missed 1 in the first. So
Missed 1 in the speed round.
yeah, so he played very well. Just could not pull his 5.
Yeah.
And he made a comment and like,
Something just fell off of our desk.
sorry, printer ink fell off my desk. But he made this comment like, "Oh, we haven't seen Collins answer a 5-pointer." It's like we saw him answer 1.
1 out of 6 matches, we've
yeah,
seen him answer 1.
I would have loved to see him take him to his 5.
Me too.
It's just, hey, sometimes it doesn't go your way.
And uncharacteristic, I feel, of Jeff. Right before he answered his 5, he was like, "Hey, #real talk. If I don't get this question right, if I lose and you win, you've played a hell of a tournament and you're a really good player." And I was like,
yeah. And it's
happening?
comments like that like sometimes it's like there are some players who's like, oh yeah, this is totally the person that we get, or are they playing a character, or blah blah blah. And like he's been on shows where it's like, no, I don't play a character, it's just me. It's like, are you? It's like, is that like the whole inner geekdom thing comment that he made like months ago, and like, oh, it's blah blah. It's like, is that the real Jeff Snyder, or is he just saying it to play a quote unquote character?
No,
it's like
I say this with the disclaimer that I don't know Jeff. I've been in his presence, but I don't think I ever even talked to him. But so I don't. My point is that I don't know Jeff at all. I feel like those type of inner geekdom things, and when he's on backstage, I feel like it's Jeff. Especially going off the context clues, the way people talk about him. Like Christian saying, well, that's Jeff. Yeah, he wants to have a friggin', yard sale at my Schmoedown event. That's Jeff. Yeah. I feel like it is him, but I feel like he probably really plays it up and enhances it, kind of like Roka plays an enhanced version of himself. Yeah. So I feel like it's just an enhanced version of himself. And when he says, no, I don't play character, I mean, you kind of do a little bit. Because that moment was like, whoa. Yeah. It's kind of a real moment.
Yeah, and we've seen him on Collider stuff. It's like, it's essentially the same Jeff that we see in Schmoedown. It's just like...
It's camera Jeff. It's on camera.
I'm on camera. It's like... It's more like... Oh, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but like... it's not the personality, like, in-your-face personality that we see on the Schmoedown when we saw him on Collider stuff. It's like, oh, okay, it's Jeff. Yeah. So...
I feel like he just has, a certain bravado about him when he's like in the moment, blah blah blah. I do think he plays it up a little bit, but it was nice. Yeah. It was a breath of fresh air to see him make what is such a genuine comment.
Yeah, bravado. Who has the better vocabulary of the two Dimalantas?
It's a $5 word, right?
Yeah.
So, it was nice to hear that he played a fantastic match.
This was a great match. It's just Collins again. It's just, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even drafted.
Yeah.
And he just blew through this tournament. And it's like, I say it all the time, it's like your record isn't always reflective of how you play, but who you play. There's like one person that he played that was like, okay, man.
It was his playing match because they were both rookies.
Yeah. But after that, it's John Roca. Who did he play after John Roca? Lon. Plays Lon after that. Then
Shannon Miller. Brendan
Meyer. And Jeff Snyder. These are the wins under his belt in his rookie season.
It's insane.
It's insane. And like, they were talking about manager of the year after the match. And for me, at this, like a couple of weeks ago, it's like, who do you think manager of the year is? Like, it's Winston right now.
Yeah.
Changing my tune to Shannon.
Yeah, right now.
Shannon is, because right now, I think Winston, he's leaning a lot on the ace winning the Star Wars tournament for his bid of Manager of the Year. But when you look at what Shannon's doing, picking this guy out of obscurity.
That's what I'm saying.
And wasn't even drafted, had to be picked up in free agency. Nobody else, I don't think anybody else was looking at him. And he made the decision like, yep, I want to sign with KOrruption.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Yeah. I want to know, where did Shannon find this guy? Like, what were your insider tips on this guy? What are your secrets, girl?
I'm pretty sure he was a fan leaguer. Incorrect. Run the comments, guys, if I'm wrong. But I'm sure like a lot of these newer personalities are fan leaguers, and he's just a terrific find. Like, God, I mean, like already probably the automatic bid for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, easily.
You have to, because all the other people that had like the argument for it aren't playing anymore. And his run is unreal.
Arguably, it could be like, but recency bias. But also, look at what he's doing.
Look at what he did. Look at who he beat and how he beat them.
He's, as far as I'm concerned, a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year now.
Even if he loses to Merle in Spectacular, still Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Rookie season, he goes 6-1, defeats Goliaths and Titans of the game. Not even defeating them, but knocking a couple of them out.
Yeah.
And it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
So the craziest part of it is that now we get to see Adam Collins and Dan Merle at the Spectacular. Ooh. That's insane. Oof. So I'm very excited to see it because this guy's on fire. This sky is on fire.
Yeah, and like that whole like argument that I had a couple of weeks ago, like let me see what he does in like the third round. It's like, all right, he proved he can swing it in the third round. Now you proved he can do it in a 5-rounder. He did very well in the speed round.
He only passed on one, and passing is nothing to be ashamed of. At least he didn't gamble and lose a point.
And might I say, like he played not only a quick game in the speed round, he played a very strategic game in the speed round because he passed on 2, came back to them, and immediately answered them really quickly because those 2, he's like. He took. You can actually see in his head. He went 1,000, 2,000, taking too long for this pass.
Yeah.
And then he came back to it, and it's like, oh, it's this and this.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the kind of with this new format of the speed run, that's the kind of things you got to think about. And he played that very well. And it's just unreal that rookie player, new, and they said a phenom player, is playing like a veteran.
Oh yeah.
He's absolutely playing like a veteran.
He's playing lights out.
Yes. Buzzwords with the Schmoedown. But yeah, so fantastic tournament. Like this is again a final that I didn't see at all. I had Erwin Bibiani.
I at least had Erwin for the right side of the bracket.
Yeah, I had Erwin Bibiani, and we got Collins and Snyder. It's like
crazy.
We say it all the time. Anything can happen in the Schmoedown.
And especially this season.
Oh yeah.
With this virtual stuff, we'll talk about that later.
In the off season.
In the off season, because I
have some thoughts.
We have
on
thoughts
that too.
in our heads about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, though. We'll put a pin in it.
So that was the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. What a tournament like any other that we've seen. Such a huge tournament. We started with 5, going over 5 matches every single week to now to we're only talking about 3. Can you more Schmoedown, please?
What am I supposed to do?
Give it to me now.
Give it to me.
Sorry, I did it again. I'm sorry. Prime now.
Referencing another stand-up
that we just
watched today. Ronnie Chang is funny. Pull him up on Netflix.
Oh, hilarious. Anyways, so the Throwdown main
event.
Back
to the Throwdown, the main event, the team's titles event. So we got Shazam of the Mercs versus Corruption of Corruption. Round 1 was rough.
Ooh, yeah. And going into this one, like...
Oh, if you haven't seen it, maybe come back later.
Yeah, but
here's your third warning.
Shazam on a hot streak. I mean, but again, and they had a lot to play for because they both just got knocked out of the singles tournament, and this is pretty much their season on the line.
Yeah.
And like, if they don't win here, season's done minus the horror free for all that Bibiani is most likely going to be in, but pretty much hit for Brendan Meyer if they don't win this.
Yeah.
And just a lot on the line, proving a lot of like, oh, who can they beat, and like, is this team who we think they are?
Yeah.
And Corruption trying to defend their titles, and I'll get to that in a second. But
and
like,
I've seen so many people give Bibiani flack in like 5-round matches.
Yeah.
And like that he can't close it, and it's like, all right, well, let's watch this match then.
Yeah.
And also, I really enjoyed that Bibiani in the beginning of the match, and I think a couple times mid-match, whatever, told us about he and his wife making soap. I want some. And also, how are we going to market this, William? Like, bubbles with the beast. Bath time. Beastly bath time. Beast bars.
Oh, beast bars. Well, no, because he said his wife is better at making it than he is.
Well, I do not know his wife's name, and I don't know her Schmoedown name.
I don't think he has a Schmoedown name.
I don't know. All I know is beast bars.
Give me some of that soap.
Give me some of that soap. I like lavender. So.
And Brendan, they kept saying like, Brendan, the best player in the game right now, not to won the title,
right?
A title. Yeah. And see how it
Let's
goes.
get into this match then, ladies and
match.
gentlemen.
But
no spoilies yet.
Like you said, round 1.
Round 1 was a rough one,
especially for Mike.
It was a rough ride.
Oh,
so we got Chance and Mike both pretty much out the gate, missing Shanghai Knights.
Did they both miss the first 2?
I only had that they both missed a question once together. So they missed Shanghai Knights because I don't know if one or both of them wrote Shanghai Noon.
No, both of them wrote Shanghai Knights.
Oh, but the answer was noon?
The answer was not. No, sorry. They both wrote Shanghai Noon. The answer was Knights.
Right.
Because they confused the release date.
Right. because why that movie should never have had a sequel anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
sorry,
even though it
Jackie
was
Chan.
kind of set up for a sequel, but like didn't need to happen.
Don't always need a sequel.
Yeah.
Mike missed questions about Hocus Pocus and Spotlight.
What were those like 3 in a row? Because I remember did he miss 3 in a row, or he missed 2 in a row?
I don't know.
I think he missed 2 in a row and then missed another one later on in the round.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he missed 2 in a row. Sorry.
Maybe. I don't know. What day is it even?
What is time?
Mike missed Hocus Pocus, Spotlight, and a question about Inside Out. It was also interesting in the era of challenges and spelling and all of this stuff.
That's right.
That the answer was Spotlight, and Chance, I think, said and wrote Spotlights, plural.
Yeah.
Inconsequential, whatever. Chance missed a question about Jack Nicholson. Shazam got double perfect rounds. And they both got the bonus. So, woof. But the end of round 1, 10-18 in favor of Shazam.
It was not looking good at this point. It's like, ooh, man.
And also, of course, this is a 5-rounder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Round 2. Corruption goes first. They spin away from Amy Adams, and they get dramas. A good round 2. They went to multiple choice one time, got it right. Shazam goes. They spin young adult novel adaptations, I think it was.
And they take it.
And they take it.
It's weird.
Multiple choice twice. Got both of them. No steals, nowhere.
So good second round, and Corruption just staying in the game, playing catch up basically at this point, because it sucks. Because I think it was Clark Wolf that said this first round, especially in teams, the first round can really dictate how the rest of the match goes.
Oh yeah.
There are certain matches and divisions where if you miss 1 or 2 in the first, that's it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
There's a certain division where one question,
Star Wars,
yes, can cost you the entire match.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't want it to say about this one because 1, it's a 5-rounder, and 2, it's Corruption. We've seen crazier things happen with Corruption.
So 21-28, Shazam. Round 3, Shazam spins video game movies. Shazam was crafty, and they codenamed their point values when they were talking about them as Corruption, Mike, and Chance, which I think is a brilliant way to get in your opponent's head a little bit.
Exactly. I love this strategy, and they can, Corruption can also say they can play it off. They can play it off, but I think it's brilliant, especially the way that Mike performed in the first round. And it's because I think what was it, Chance or Mike is I think Chance is too obvious. Or something like that. Like Brendan said something like that. I was like, that's a brilliant way to get in your opponents, especially in this new digital age where they can hear everything you say. It's it was just again, competitors finding another way to bring another level of strategy and mind games.
Then it's what if they what if you're on the other team and you find out that they put you as 1 point and you're like, excuse me?
Yeah, exactly.
1 point?
Yeah, or 0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. So, and then Corruption, a little darker. They codenamed. They were talking about shooting guns, guillotines, letting heads roll when they get sliced. And it's like, damn, Mike, there's kids out there. Whoa. Let's back it up a little bit.
It's kind of like that mid-roll in the finals match with the hymn sponsor.
Yes, we were watching the singles match with Jeff and Adam,
yeah.
And I was telling Andrew, it was just oh, well, don't say naughty words, don't say bad words, whatever. But then mid-match, Christian pops up and is like, hey, you got problems with erections?
Having trouble keeping it up and keeping it there? It's like, what?
It's common. It happens to all of us. Here's a fill. Promo code PP problems.
Pretty sure that wasn't the promo code.
No, the promo code was trivia. If you're interested, go check it out. But yeah, I just thought that was funny.
I almost made another reference that I'm not gonna do because it was a Scrubs reference with the man pills, and I'm not gonna do it. Sorry.
Good Lord. So, anyways,
you got problems.
Got problems with your pee-pee? Use promo code PP probs.
PP fixer.
Got 99 problems, but dick ain't one. Not sure if that's going to get beeped out or not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's PG-13, right?
I don't know.
You can say that word in PG-13, right?
Maybe. So, anyways, it was a betting round.
Betting round, yeah. Sorry.
They got a question about the Prince of Persia, Ben Kingsley.
Ooh, yeah.
Shazam bets 1.
Mm-hmm.
KOrruption bets 3. Both teams got it right. So 24-29 Shazam. Heading into the speed round 4, Brendan and Mike, Brendan Meyer and Mike Kalinowski decided to take the A set for their team, leaving William and Chance to take the B set for their teams. Brendan missed one. William passed on one. Mike missed one, passed one. Chance missed one, passed one.
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever all the dust settled, 28-36 Shazam.
Oh my God!
I think at this point, William might have plugged his soap again, and it looked pretty good.
And like, oh God, it's weird because again, Mike is one of those kings of the speed round. May I just rewind the clock back with his title defense against Rachel Cushing? He was down 5 going into speed, and made up that to make it go to overtime. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Come on, like
He's a beast in the speed round.
yeah, he's
in
uncharacter
both formats, really.
And like whatever it was with Mike today, or I'm sorry, today in that day on this match, like just was not playing the way he usually does. Because the speed run, like he got what 3 right? He had 3 right, and it's like, wow, that's not usually what we're traditional used to seeing with
just
Mike.
One of those days.
Yeah, exactly.
Round 5, 2-pointer from Mike. Meryl Streep. In what 2014 musical does Meryl play a character known as the witch with other characters Cinderella and the Baker? Got it right. 3-pointer for Chance. Remakes, reboots. Johnny Depp, Angelina Jolie are in what 2010 mystery thriller? He got it. 5-pointer for Corruption. Comic book movies. Of course it is.
Because I love that comment from Brendan as he walks back to the mic with his hands behind his back. Of course it is. It's like, oh man.
I love Brendan.
And it was just like one of those moments where it was like it was just so perfectly timed. And you didn't mean for it, but it was like
he just said what everyone was thinking.
Yeah, it's like
of
course it is.
If it wasn't that, it was gonna be DC.
Yeah, that's the way. It's like
or
Schmoedown.
James Bond.
Schmoedown all over. Like, of course it is. Of course it's comic book movies. Come on, 2 of the Inner Geekdom finalists of the tournament this season.
Yeah,
give them comic book movies. Come on.
Yeah. So, what Marvel?
I
might have gotten autocorrected
again.
What Marvel movie?
We need to make that a shirt. I might have gotten autocorrected.
I got autocorrected a lot.
Yeah.
And it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's just a Marvel movie that features supporting performances from Rebecca Romaine.
Oh yeah.
Ben Foster and Roy Schneider. Got it.
Yeah.
I was thinking X-Men because Rebecca Romaine. Am I right, ladies? Blue? Mystique.
Yes.
But it wasn't that.
No.
What was it? I don't remember.
Can't remember.
I don't remember. Anyways, it wasn't that. I was thinking of the one person's name. I don't know who Ben Foster and Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider, I know who that is. He's a comedian. 2-pointer for Brendan.
Oof.
New releases. Damian Bashir stars as Detective Goodman in this 2020 horror film. He made a decent guess.
But missed it.
He said The Nun, which was in 2018, and it did star, I think it starred Damian Bashir, but it was a different character, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer was.
I can't remember.
But it wasn't The Nun, is what I can tell you. So he missed it. Here comes William.
Ooh.
Thrillers. William's 3-pointer. Thrillers. Which actor stars as Gordon Cozier, the leader of the gang of criminals in the 2010s film Takers?
And this was a ballsy move by him because he was like taking time and Brendan's like, you need to take a repeat, and he just went for it. Is this the answer?
Well, I mean, because you still have your 5 that you both can collaborate on, so you kind of have a little bit of room to kind of,
Yeah, a little wiggle room. And they were up, and look at the score again. It was like they were up so, like, a gigantic lead.
Exactly.
Go ahead and take the risk.
So, he got it. With that, 38-39, Shazam new teams champions. And I cannot say enough how genuinely happy I am and proud I am of these two. They deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
They're fantastic. I'm so happy to see them hold the belts. So, and I cannot wait to see this team's tournament to see who goes against them spectacular.
Yeah, and I'm so genuinely happy for this because not only as Brendan and Shazam fans and stuff, because I'm a fan first. I'm always especially when I was into wrestling back in those days. I always hated it when the same 3 people would hold titles, and I was just ping pong back and forth between those 3 people.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see some new blood. Let's see some new people hold belts. And it's like,
I don't want to see Tom Brady get another Super Bowl ring.
Exactly, but I do want to see him get another title this season.
This season he can get a ring.
He can get his 7th ring with a new team this season.
I'm tired of seeing
you know what I mean?
The Undertaker and Chris Jericho and the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
those are the first wrestlers I thought of. I don't know if they've ever held belts.
During like one time when I was like still watching, like there's a time where it was just The Rock, Triple H, and somebody else just giving the belts back and forth with each other. I was like,
Vince McMahon. No, he didn't wrestle.
He did for a while, but
what?
He did a couple matches here and there. But like, I was like, can we just give somebody else the title? And it's like, I'm glad that we have new champions. Like, it's not like, oh, champions once again. It's like, I want somebody new to hold the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you use the word, let's give somebody else the belt.
No. I'm sorry. Let's. I want to see somebody else with the belts.
Yeah.
And this is like one of those where it's like so many storylines with Bibiani not being able to close. Brendan's the best player not to have won a title, and corruption for whatever reason in any division can't
having trouble with
defending because Mike is 2-time Inner Geekdom champion, 2-time
belt
teams champion, but he's never defended a belt. And you can say whatever for IG, the curse of the IG belt. Nobody's defended it since Inman. But with the teams, it's like they win this big match, and just again they can't seem to come to perform in a defense. And when it because I can't remember who said, I think it was Merle's, like when you win a championship, you become part of this club where you're a champion. But when you defend it, you get put aside to this other club.
Yeah.
Of club within the club.
It's like business and first class.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like Mike hasn't gotten into that part of the club yet.
Yeah.
And Chance is almost there. It just hasn't gotten, and it's just for whatever. Because I remember when they came to Orlando and they lost the belts to the Founding Fathers. It was kind of in this fashion where they just seemed to try to play catch up the entire time.
Yeah.
And the score to this match is like, oh man, it was a good match, right? And it's like,
yeah, 30-39.
That was
close
a good
match,
close match, right? It's like, not really.
Not really.
Shazam was in complete control of this entire match.
The whole time. From the first question.
Yeah, and it's like, for whatever reason, I don't know call it the Schmoedown, call it just bad luck. They can't seem to take that momentum of a win into a defense.
Yeah.
And you know how mad they were at themselves, and Mike was really beat himself because I completely understand. It's like you have this amazing run, and then you just whiff it. There's no other word I can find to describe his performance. He just whiffs it in this one.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate to see somebody of his caliber, because we said it again, there are times when top tier competitors just don't have the best performances, and it's just for whatever reason just don't play well that day.
And we've seen it this season.
Oh yeah.
Already. You see it all the time. It happens. People have off days. It just kind of sucks when it happens during a title defense.
Title defense, yeah.
So, all I know is that usually when something like this happens to Mike, he comes back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Because we were also talking about it after this match. We were talking about there are just certain players in the league that you just don't want to poke and prod at.
Yeah.
And Mike Kalinowski is one of those people. You don't want to poke that beast because the more you poke him, the more he's just gonna
bite your head off.
Yeah, exactly.
In the next match.
And Mike and Chance are two of those players that I'm not gonna mess with.
I'm not sure because and the reason you brought that up is because especially after a title loss, you bring in Chandru.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is why we brought it up. Yeah.
And Chandru is just he's
playing this new this super arrogant kind of I don't know why the word greasy kind of comes to mind.
Yeah. It's like I know it all type of like attitude, and like I mean, rightfully so. He just took down one of the best to win that title.
Yeah.
But like Chance, I mean, I spent a very long time talking to him when they came down to Orlando. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Cool dude behind the scenes, but like as a competitor, I would not poke that bear.
No.
Especially after this season, the way he's performed this season. If he goes on to take that title from Chance, I would argue Player of the Year.
I would too.
And yeah, it's like he lost his team's belt. He didn't get to the singles final, but he has that IG tournament win, and if he wins the title, and like he's be able to perform across 3 divisions
and perform well.
He perform very well. So he's still in that argument for me for Player of the Year. We'll just see how things happen in Spectacular. But as far as Mike goes, season's done for him. And it's just unfortunate. Like, I want to see him back with that fire. It's just we're going to have to wait for the next season to see that.
That just means he gets more time to fuel up. Because for the teams tournament, of course, we're not going to see corruption. We're going to see deception. We're going to see Adam the Coyote Collins, the, Dynamo from
Phenom
Corruption.
player.
The Phenom player, the lights out barn burner with Marisol McKee, who's also made a bit of a name for herself. So very excited to see deception. Yeah. Very excited to see Shazam at Spectacular as well.
Oh, yeah. And now they have something else to prove, too, with defending the title. Because like I just said, to win a title is one thing, but to defend it is another. And we've seen plenty of players win it, but not defend it.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see. Spectacular is shaping up to be really exciting. Because we've already got... so we have
3 matches.
3 matches.
4 matches.
Yeah. So we have the Kevin Smith,
Brett
Sheridan. We have the IG match, the Star Wars match. We have the singles match.
Now we're just waiting on that teams, baby.
Waiting on the teams. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one this year. Granted, it's digital, but still it'll have that feel. Of a Spectacular. Anything else about this match that you want to talk before we move on?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Fantastic match. So super happy for Shazam. I'm so proud of them.
You can see it all over Brendan's face after they won.
Yeah. Oh my God. He looked like he actually got a little bit emotional. I was over the moon for them.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see.
Yeah.
So that was the 3 matches we had to go over. Great matches this week. And I think we're gonna go ahead and close this one out with. It's just hard to transition to this, and it'll be hard to transition out of it. By now, you've probably heard the news about one of the Schmoedown's own, Kevin Smets. Earlier this week he revealed that he was diagnosed with colon cancer.
Yeah.
He's been sitting on this for a while. Just had to find the right timing to announce to the fan base and stuff. And it's hard to just like wrap your head around it. Like you automatically like, God, can 2020 get any like? I'm sorry, I'll believe it out. Can you get any here?
Yeah.
Like, has 2020 not taken enough? Like jarred us enough already? But like, it's just hard to hear because my family has a history of cancer with my father fighting prostate cancer, and it was just hard. It was hard to listen to and hard to hear. So if I'm sure he's been getting all this like warm well wishes. I've messaged him, you've messaged him, but he has somebody set up a GoFundMe for him, and he said it himself. It's like right now he's fortunate enough with unions and health insurance that he doesn't really need it right now, but you never know.
It's just something you don't have to. I mean,
yeah,
you don't want to have to worry, and you never know. And if you can support somebody, why not?
Yeah,
because healthcare is a beast here
in this
nation. So he does have a GoFundMe. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was Kaiser that set it up or him and Paul Preston both together. I'm not sure.
It was somebody set it up, but we'll that link will be in the description. So if you feel that you would like to donate to that, link will be in the description of this video.
And if you can't, that's okay.
That's
Everyone's
fine.
got their own situations. Maybe just give a share. Because you never know who it could reach and who might donate.
Exactly, yeah. So at the very least, just go to. I'm sure Smets has it on his Twitter. Go to Kaiser's Twitter, but it'll be
Kaiser definitely has it. I know I saw him tweet about it.
But it will be in the description of this video. Go out again. And I like while they were talking on that scene, I was like, let's not talk about like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah.
say. I don't want to breathe those words out
Yeah.
loud right now because if we've briefly talked to him in person with Kevin. We've talked to him in passing. We've talked to him when we were out there in LA. We had it on Going Rogue, and there was one thing that always struck me about hearing his story, and like it's a very similar story for the Schmoedown. For me, it's like he's one of the most determined dudes that I've ever met. Like you cannot keep this guy down.
No.
Like you can kick him all you want, you can beat on him all you want. He just seems to like brush it off and like, you know what, I don't care. And this is just why I told him as much. It's like I have no doubt that you're gonna come walk away from this, and this would be something that we can be talking about while our daughters play with lightsabers during a play date.
We're going to have that geek play date.
Oh yeah, we will. So I have no doubt that Kevin will come out on the other side of this stronger than ever. And at the very least, just thoughts and prayers. I mean, that's if at the very least, just let him know how much he means to the Schmoedown and all that. So
encouraging words.
Yeah, exactly. That's that. And while they're talking on SDN, it's like just let's not talk about it that way. Just like talk about how.
Let's talk about getting to the other side.
Getting to the other side. That's all I want. That's all I wanted to say. I was like, you're just gonna get to the other side of this. Don't even think about other things right now.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll try to transition out of that. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Dimmy. DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. If you're listening to this on audio form, rate us, please, wherever you find this podcast online. And so watch us on YouTube.
You can like, comment, subscribe, and then click this. Did I say it again?
You said it again.
Subscribe. Did I say subscribe? Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that back. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. And there's a bell icon. Click it over in the corner so you get notifications when we do stuff on YouTube.
Awesome. With that, we will go ahead and end this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown Up. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.